Hi, Dr. Morse. I just found your channel this week. Yeah. While I was researching the grape fast. That's been around a long time. I can't even tell you how many thousands of people I put on grape fast. 50 years worth of grape fast. Yeah, me, myself, and I too. Excuse me. Matter of fact, I've been doing a lot more fasting and a lot more fruit. Trying to get myself back up to that fruitarian level, but it's just really hard for me. I like to have a salad a day, and one thing I appreciate is, as you are so, thank you so much, amazing. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you. You know what, I've read libraries. I'm like Pat. I've read libraries, and I just threw the books down and said, you know what, this isn't the path to truth. You know, after you do something a while, it's like Buddha sitting under the tree for 17 years or whatever. Yep, you get it yet? Yeah, I got it. It's just me. We'll go out and have fun now. That's what happens. You know, you get it, you awaken, and then you go have fun and play. Like the Circle of Iron. Remember that one? And the Chila found, finally got to the self-realized state and looked at the Book of God, and all he saw was mirrors. And then he went into ecstasy and joy, and then he got it. Oh, thanks, guys. What I wanted to mention to you is for 13 plus years, I suffered from chronic sinusitis. I hate that. I know. Well, you can imagine me raised on milk, nose drops. Yeah, me and my granny, we used nose drops to breathe. Didn't know it was the milk. Went to medical doctors. They said, oh, your eyes weren't developed because I had migraines, constant migraines, you know. It's like, the docs wanted to do surgery. No. And antibiotics and steroids. This is classic stuff. Classic. Let's do some surgery, rotor. Oh, you know how painful that can get? Especially if you have some hardness up there. Ooh. That's a painful surgery, boy. I declined. Good man. I eliminated all dairy. And that has helped. Big time help. And that's even, believe it or not, all cheeses and yogurts, kefirs. But the biggest help came from a local naturopath, naturopath, that suggested that I take wild oregano oil. Oh, oregano naturopath, huh? And clove oil to clear it. I have an Amish friend. He's a huge healer dude in the Amish world. Very, very well known. John Keim. Mr. John Keim. That man... Some of the things he's done to heal people, it just, I mean, you know Country Doc. And he's sewed up a lot of cut off toes and stuff. You know, a lot of the wagons there don't have tires on them. They have wire wheels. You get ran over a wagon like that, you might as well lose your toes. He sews them right back on. But the things he's done and given people, my God, he's a good old friend. I've been to his, well, he was in Ohio. I've been to his barn in Ohio. He showed me what he did with that burn case, and I've talked about those two young lads, one an Amish lad and one a non-Amish lad. Both had gasoline fire burns up their arms, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. And right after that, I came out with my my skin salve, because he came out with a skin salve, and a medical doctor screwed him pretty bad on it, monetarily wise and otherwise. And then when I looked at it, I said, John, this salve, you know, look at my salves. And so whoever he had make his salve just wasn't good. So it's amazing what herbs can do with burns. It's just a jaw-dropping thing. But he had an oregano oil. Oh my God! What do you want to do with oregano oil like that? I mean, just a drop on the tongue. Talk about opening. Let me be careful about too much of that, though, because if you overstimulate, you'll cause more mucus. And this is true with the peppers. You get up in the habaneros and go on up, you can overstimulate the mucosa and cause a lot of mucus from that. I was telling you the other day I had something. It was not a habanero. What's down below those? Jalapenos. And it was a little hot. It was in some guacamole. And I started filling up my head, my ears started closing off, and I was so mad. And I still have a little of it, just from some jalapeno guacamole. It was like, really? I mean, then it got all that mucus, and now you got to get all that mucus back out. What's in's what's out. Oh well, I can tell you it started to open my nasal passages and allowed me to breathe within 10 minutes of my first dose. I started small and with 3 drops 3 times a day, increase it over time to 4 to 6 drops. Now you need to come off of it and let that happen. You don't want to use something to always have this. You want to hydrate. Hydrate causes mucus to move on out. It's mucus lock. All things lock in place. All things from radiation to chemistry locks in place in an acidic medium. Remember, an acidic medium is called a cationic medium. It's a medium of where things are coagulate, they get hard, they burn up, they necroticize, they weld. Corrosive. I wanted to pass this information because I wanted to share a natural remedy for works wonders for me. Yeah, the oregano oil is, and you can get all levels of that stuff, But I don't really go too much into that. You can use it. I like oregano oil. I like it all. But I'm really right just down to bare bones, bare roots. Roll your sleeves up, hydrate, get in there, use some herbs in there to open that up. But definitely don't mind oregano oil at all. It's great for increasing circulation, stuff like that. But I think they get a little overboard sometimes, trying to get as hot and as powerful as you can. It's like, really? Well, your body can only handle so much, The mucosa can only handle so much. And if you're a fruit eater, this mucosa gets real sensitive. And that's why you can't almost go into the vegetable habanero stuffs and the pepper stuff, because this gets so sensitive that it causes more mucus than normal. I have two friends who suffered from chronic sinus and even chronic bronchitis, and they all say this has changed their lives. Absolutely. Now, detox too. Get on the lung formulas. Get all this mucus out. You just don't want to dilate. You want to open. You want to expectorate. Get this, that kind of stuff. I am wondering if you could do a video on how oregano oil works in the body, and also maybe try it yourself. No, I've already tried it. Oh, wow. But maybe you had a broken nose in the past or deviated septum. Well, there's those that have, that have deviated septum and stuff like that. You can get that fixed. But also, you clear by elimination. And clearing by elimination is an alkaline hydrating or an anionic experience. You can use things like oregano oil and other things. You can do neti pots and open up the sinuses. Use mild peppers and stuff like that, cayenne, and open that up. You can use some good circulation formulas and open that up. You can use lymphatic formulas and open that up. People have given themselves some neti pot and heal all tea. So you can use all those things, but basically go internally. Go inside and give a systemic hydration. Let that happen. Then the lungs and heart, everything comes clean then. But no, I'm nothing negative about oregano oil for me. But if you have any congestion due to mold or environmental factors, mine came from living near the ocean where moisture creates mold in the house, you may want to try it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it very, very much, too. Yeah, I lived on the ocean for years down here. Of course, you learn not to have expensive stereo stuff and TVs. But I don't like that too much anyway. I don't listen to music much anymore, and I don't watch TV much anymore. I like the inner music.